Welcome to Detour 2020, produced by Udefine Wellness. I'm Denise O'Malley and the founder of our company. Detour 2020 is a free online webinar to deliver information to help you cope with the unprecedented time that we live in with COVID-19. Topics will range from supporting your immune system, relationships, stress, and more. Our guest speaker today will be Karen Radtke with Integral Health Solutions, and our topic will be about how to boost your immune system. Let me be clear that our purpose is not to provide medical advice, but rather to help or support you during this time. It is your job as the participant to evaluate the information we discuss and determine if it is appropriate to you, and we encourage you to consult with your healthcare providers before changing or adding any thoughts we discuss. I myself have no medical training. I am a reformed insurance agent and one who has had to find my own path to healthy living. My role here is to be a conduit of information presenting to you the people I know. Now, please help me welcome our guest today, Karen Radtke. Karen, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me. It's my pleasure.
So let's start off by talking a little bit about who you are and what you would like to share today.
All right. I'm a holistic, board-certified nurse practitioner. And for the last probably 8-9 years, I've really been dealing a lot with chronic illness, helping diabetics and people with heart disease eat healthy, manage stress to reverse chronic disease. But with the advent of this pandemic that we're dealing with, I have really focused a lot of my attention. The thread has remained constant for healthy eating because I truly believe that is a big key component to all of this. But focus has definitely shifted to deal with COVID-19.
Yeah, so how do you help people who are afraid of getting sick, or those who have, and maybe it's two different topics that we'll want to address here, but those who are afraid of getting sick, and those who have come down with some gremlin, whether it be the cold, the flu, or COVID-19?
Perfect question. Thank you. I would say the main thing is there's so many things, and I could probably talk for an hour, but I'm not planning on that. The main thing, one underlying issue that has been a big slap in the face, and I think one reason that people are so fearful right now is because historically, for the last 50, 60 years, our healthcare system, for better or for worse, has been very focused on eliminate disease, eliminate disease, eliminate disease. There has been very little time and attention and almost no funding geared toward strengthening ourselves, strengthening, living healthy lives to strengthen our immune system so that we fight off disease. The prevailing belief, again, is you have diabetes, take a pill. You have high cholesterol, take a pill. You have this, that, take a pill. Rather than trying to look at the root cause, which is now becoming kind of an up and coming, more available type of medicine, functional medicine, looking at the cause. So what I'm really emphasizing to my clients right now, and also through Facebook Live videos, is how do we strengthen our immune system? So there's both physical, physiological modalities you can engage in, as well as more emotional, mental, which I'm not going to spend too much time on that today, but I'm a holistic nurse practitioner, so I truly believe they're interwoven. So again, I would say one of the main components of it is so many people are feeling out of control. If there's a take-home message today, that take-home message is, here are 4 things you can do to feel more in control.
Okay, so what are those 4 things?
Well, there's some very basics, and those are more the physical things. I think by now, everybody knows the common CDC recommendations. Wash your hands for 20 seconds. I want to add something to that. though, because I noticed just the other day when I was at the grocery store that a woman washed her hands, but then she used her hands to turn off the faucet.
Yes.
And it was like, no. I had to bite my lip to not say something.
Oh, you should have said something.
Well, she looked like she was already stressed to the max, and
Yeah.
I just thought it's not appropriate for me to add to her stress right now. But if you are out in a public place, i.e. a grocery store, and you wash your hands, use the paper towel, or even use your elbows to then turn off the faucets.
And open the door to get out of the room.
And open the door. Exactly. I've always been kind of a germaphobe, I guess, because I've worked in healthcare for so long.
Yeah.
But there are some very common sense things that people don't think about. So that'd be number one, follow the CDC guidelines and be mindful. Avoid touching your face.
Which I just did. Yeah.
I know. It's habit. And
it is. It's hard.
Spring. It's spring. Allergies. So many people have allergies. So your nose kind of itches and you just, you want to rub it.
So, you know what I have to say before we get on to numbers 2 through 4 is one of the ironies to me is that it's like we're going back to kindergarten and learning the basics of socialization of, I really do remember kindergarten and them teaching us how to wash our hands.
Absolutely.
And that's what it feels like again.
Yes, I so agree.
Anyways, okay.
So another topic number 2 then I would say is get enough sleep. So many people know, my clients, my in-laws, my outlaws, relatives have this belief that they only need 5.5 hours of sleep. And I really think it's just become kind of a habitual thinking, even though it's not the truth for them. They might be doing laundry at 1 a.m. and I'm like, no, that has to stop. We need 7 to 8 hours of sleep every night. That's when your immune system is doing most of its work and rejuvenating itself. So I guess if there's a positive here, I want people to really remember that we have this amazingly created immune system, which is designed to fight off viruses, to fight off anything foreign. Your white blood cells are your number one defense. So if you're trying to skimp on sleep, your body's not going to make as many white blood cells. So get enough sleep.
And when you're tired the next day, your body can't, that's when I catch the colds, is when I haven't gotten enough sleep. And the next day, I know it's going to be coming along. So, going back to kindergarten, get your nap. Of course, the nap needs to be 7 to 8 hours long.
Exactly.
Sorry, I keep talking about this kindergarten, but this is what's going through my head.
It's so true. It really is true.
Okay, number 3.
Number 3, I would say, if you are out in public, like you have to go to the gas station, you have to go to the grocery store, wear gloves. Wear gloves, and don't be embarrassed about it. If you can find them, disposable gloves, or honestly, what I've been using are the little magic stretchy gloves. This is what I wear when I go to the grocery store or when I pump gas or anytime I'm out in a public place where I have to touch a door handle, I wear gloves. People have to remember how this virus is spread. It's spread by droplets. So that means that it's in the air. And I just this morning read that it can actually stay airborne for about 3 hours.
I heard that today too. We must have been watching the same thing.
But I mean, that's a little scary to me because you don't know, like you're walking into the gas station to pay. You don't know who just walked through there half an hour ago. But wear gloves, because if someone else has touched that door handle and then you touch the door handle, and God forbid later on you touch your face, or you touch the steering wheel of your car and then touch your face, you're infecting yourself. The scary part about this virus is that we don't have all the answers yet. Yeah. We really don't. But we do know now that people are transmitting it even when they're not symptomatic. So that's what has a lot of us in the healthcare community quite concerned.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And I think that brings us to number 4.
That brings us to number 4. And again, this is something I've advocated for a long, long time, whether it's chronic disease or acute, a plant-strong diet. Now, you don't have to be vegetarian, but definitely a plant-strong diet. You should be having at least 3 to 4 fruit and veggies every day, and French fries don't count. So what I usually recommend to my clients is eat the rainbow. You know, you want red bell peppers, you want cucumbers, you want broccoli, because those nutrient-dense foods boost up your immune system. Again, our immune system is the biggest weapon that we have right now in fighting this off. So everything you can do to boost up your immune system, you will really be doing yourself a huge favor.
And it's not just boosting up your immune system, it's also helping to clear out the body.
Absolutely.
And that's just as important.
Yes.
Well, to me it is.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, so those are very simple hints for prevention. With your background as a holistic nurse practitioner, what about somebody who's feeling the gremlins?
Okay. Yeah, so the story changes a little bit then. If you already, especially if you're having that flu-like feeling, I mean, the one thing about COVID-19 is most often you don't have the sinusy, cold-like allergy congestion up here. It most often does start with a sore throat. I guess that's one more suggestion that I have that I didn't put on my list for today, but drinking lots of liquids. Because even if you then are infected with the virus and it is in your throat, if you're drinking lots of liquids, you'll simply wash it down and into your stomach where it is destroyed by stomach acid. So drinking lots of liquids at the first sign that you might be feeling a little bit off and you're kind of like, yeah, is it the cold or is it you know, COVID-19 or is it influenza A and B, which are both still going around. So oftentimes the first symptoms is kind of that vague flu-like symptoms, but also a sore throat, because that's how the virus gets in. It gets through your mouth or your nose, and it kind of is hanging out there in the back of your throat.
So drinking liquids, and you know, drinking liquids is really important. And I've heard at least every 15 minutes you're taking sips of something going on. But isn't it equally as important as to what it is that you're drinking?
Well, I would certainly say non-caloric. So, you know, you shouldn't be drinking a gallon of orange juice or a gallon of apple juice. So for me, I drink a lot of herbal tea. Some people like warm liquids. I tend to like warm liquids, so I drink warm herbal tea. But and I think there might be some research saying also that warm liquids physically wash the virus down a little better than cold. I wouldn't be drinking ice cold beverages, but any non-caloric, you know, iced tea, water is very helpful.
You know, I learned from one of our practitioners in the Unifying Wellness Network a tea recipe using fresh ginger root, lemons, a dash of cayenne pepper, and I use filtered water for boiling it in, and then putting a little honey in it. So anytime I start getting that scratchy throat, and I make it in big quantities and freeze it in ice cube trays. I'm going and getting those ice cubes out and heating it up, and I'm sipping on it. I'm sipping on it all day long.
Good for you.
Yeah, that helps.
That's awesome, because that beverage that you just described, loaded with antioxidants, and again, it's a liquid. If you're sipping on that all day long, that's huge. I just thought of one more thing that's not on my list either, but one item that has, well, let me back up just a minute. So I would say with this virus around, and usually during the cold and flu season, I strongly encourage my clients, and I do it myself, to increase your vitamin C to at least 1,000 milligrams a day. We have very good research on vitamin C. Now, you won't hear about it from your doctor, but there is a huge body of research showing that vitamin C helps build up your immune system.
Good. Yeah. And I've been hearing that a lot as well. And you know, it's such a simple thing to do.
It is.
you know, and everything that you're talking about is such a simple thing to do and can help give you that peace of mind to know, hey, I'm doing something in the area of prevention or care for myself, as opposed to this panic or some of these crazy wives' tales things that I've been hearing out there of things to do. Folks, do not drink chlorine or Clorox or anything like that. Bleach. That's what I'm trying to think of.
Right.
No, I mean, they're reasonable, simple, and what you should be doing anyways in your life. Most of everything you're talking about.
Yes. And I love what you just said, that peace of mind.
Yeah.
Because when you're feeling frazzled and out of control and your stress level is high, your cortisol level goes high.
Yeah.
And cortisol is a hormone. It does a lot of good things, but guess what? It depresses your immune system. So that peace of mind element, and you stole my item number 4 because I'm going to get to that, but yes, that peace of mind. And when you are doing something proactive, taking vitamin C, drinking more liquids, getting enough sleep, your body will thank you, because you have that, your body gets that attitude like, oh yeah, I'm taking good care of myself. I am not going to get sick.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of went off track just a little bit, because
okay.
what I was leading up to saying is that if you do feel that inkling of sore throat, there's also good research on zinc lozenges.
Absolutely.
Because are they antibacterial? No, but they prevent virus replication, meaning they prevent the virus from growing. So at the first inkling of any sore throat, cold, cough, I would recommend using zinc lozenges. I did see some still on Amazon yesterday. Yeah, so use those frequently throughout the day. Again, I love your suggestion, sipping on that herbal antioxidant tea.
Well, you know, here's what's easy about it more than anything else. It's the one thing that's still at the grocery store. Or okay, the 3 things that are still at the grocery store. You know, it's not what there's a run on, and it's an easy thing to have in your home.
Yes.
And inexpensive too.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the last item I had on my list, and again, we've touched on that a little bit, and that is stress management. If you're doing these proactive things that are strengthening your immune system, it shifts your attitude from that helpless, frazzled, out of control feeling to feeling more in control.
Mm-hmm.
And that is huge. So whatever you can do to help manage stress, whether watching funny videos. I love music. Music is known to be very therapeutic, and there's tons of good music on YouTube or whatever. Oh, I guess you can't see that very
I can see it. Yes.
Meditation music. It's one of my favorites. Music as medicine is another. Of course, you go on YouTube and you can just dial in meditation music.
Yeah.
And you will get a list of 89 choices.
And for the person who says
to calm yourself, calm down your nervous system, will help decrease that cortisol level and keep your immune system functioning perfectly.
Okay, so for the person who says, you know, I don't have any time and now my kids are home from school and we're stuck here and my life is absolutely crazy. I don't have time to do what you're talking about. How would you respond?
That's a very good question, but I would say as parents, if you've got small kids, hey, you're a role model for them. Yeah. And no matter how old they are, you can just say to them, look, this is an unusual time we're in. Well, a lot of kids are out of school, so they know it's unusual. But I would say, you know, as a parent, you can say to them, these are 3 important things that we're going to do as a family to help be strong and be healthy. And hey, kids can listen to music, or, you know, you can work on projects together around home to keep them happy and satisfied. I'm honestly very glad that I'm not a parent of young children right now, because I know that's extra challenging. But I would say involve them in the activity and use this as a teaching moment. Like, hey, we're doing everything we can right now to stay healthy.
You know, and I'm glad I don't have young children right now. It's been a while since I've had young kids, but I know that even when I did have the young kids, I've always worked from home. My business has always been in my home. And so the kids were around, but I knew I could take 15 minutes before they got up in the morning and just do a quick 10 or 15-minute meditation, or just sit there and focus on breathing, or even with them say, let's practice breathing exercises, or saying, hey, let's get our coats on and take the dog for a walk around the block, get a little vitamin D and some exercise and some fresh air. And all of those things help with reducing the stress.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. Wonderful tips. What others do you have for us?
Well, I could go on and on, but
Good.
I think those are the main things. Get enough sleep, follow the CDC recommendations, keep that 6-foot distance from other people,
Yeah.
wash your hands, take vitamin C, buy some zinc lozenges now if you can find them,
Yeah.
and just being very mindful about it.
Yeah.
Manage your stress. And if we're wrapping up, I do have a quote I'd love to share just as
Please
an
do.
ending. So yeah. So if we're done, I'll share that with you.
Go ahead, and then I'm going to show your website.
All right. So it's been a favorite quote of mine for a long, long time, but I think right now it's especially pertinent, and it has to do with the whole body mind thing. Again, remember that your anxious, worried thinking affects your immune system. So here's my quote. The greatest weapon that we have against stress is our ability to choose one thought over another.
I love it.
So if you find yourself caught up in that anxious thinking, flip it. Just say, wow, I'm going to go have some hot tea. Just flip that thinking around, because so many times we get caught up in that anxious thinking and awfulize it. So remember, the greatest weapon we have against stress is our ability to choose one thought over another. By William James, I'll give him credit.
Thank you. That was a wonderful quote. Thank you for sharing it. And I am showing all of you Karen's website. You can find her at integralhealthsolutionswi.com. Hopefully you can read that in the bar up there. But INTEGRAL Health Solutions WI.com. Karen, now I know you said that you can work with anyone, anywhere, pretty much in the world, right?
That is correct. Yes, we offer online appointments with VC, which is a telehealth technology used by many large companies, including the VA. So you can schedule online appointments on my website. There's a direct link to my calendar for your free 20-minute phone consult. So if anybody does have individual questions about how to boost your immune system, I'd be more than happy to chat with you.
Well, I think that'd be great. So if you're watching this video on YouTube, our website, or any other platform that you find it on, and you resonate with what Karen is talking about, it doesn't matter where you live. You can get on her website, book an appointment, get that free consultation, find out if she can help you. Just express to her what's going on in your world, because you've already seen she's got a wealth of information, and it's common sense knowledge. It's not something that's it's not going to scare you. That this is a resource for you. So with that being said, Karen, thank you so much for doing this. This is a fantastic video. It's definitely helpful hints for boosting your immune system. I know there's a ton of things out there on the internet right now that people are putting out there, but I haven't seen anything that's this common sense and something that we can implement in our day right now. And I appreciate that. And for all of you who are watching this video, thank you for joining us. As you know, we have a YouTube channel, and you can find us, just put in you as in YOU, definedwellness.com, and you can link over to who we are, what we do, and watch over 100 videos. And I am quickly typing here because I forgot to set this up ahead of time. I want to share with you our website real quick. We have gifts for you on it. So if you go to youdefinedwellness.com, that's YOU-definedwellness.com, you're going to see this big red statement at the very beginning that is on for a temporary time during this unsettling time that we are in. To lead you to our Healthy Living Library, just click that yellow link that says Healthy Living Library. You will find over 100 videos in there, and I think we have another one with Karen in there as well. but there's over 100 on all sorts of topics, from relationships, emotions, stress, financial, environmental toxins, you name it, we probably have it. And we invite you to go over and look at these videos. They're all free for you to take a look at. And it's me introducing you to the people that I know can help you. So with that being said, to our audience, thank you for being here with us today. We'll see you on another video. And Karen, glad to have you as part of our world.
Thank you.
All right.